Hi, this is Larry Zorro. Let's get right in on it today. I'm going to show you, I dug up in my archives this paper that said what Billy Graham thought of the Middle East. I think it was written near the 80s sometime, but it was new predictions by Billy Graham. And he says, the much heralded peace treaty between Israel and Egypt sadly will not be enough to bring permanent peace. And we see that with the Palestinians today. Nothing seems to bring Israel to have permanent peace when it deals with treaties. Here's another quotation by Billy Graham. He says, no permanent peace in the Middle East. Thank you, Billy Graham. That was a caption from the past. And here it is today. How true he was in that prediction. No permanent peace in the Middle East. And I think in our lifetime we never will see it unless the Antichrist arrives and he has a permanent peace treaty. He confirms it for a week? And then all hell breaks loose. So even then it's not permanent peace until the true Messiah, Jesus Christ, comes. And he will bring with him peace to the whole world, at least for 1,000 years, until rebellion breaks out between Gog and Magog against the saints of God. Now I think this verse in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. I think it deals with Israel. I think they will have a time of peace and safety, but when that time comes, then all hell will break loose. It'll be a time of sudden destruction that will come upon them. I think we need as Christians to open our minds a little bit to think outside the box. How do you think peace and safety will be accomplished by Israel? Any idea? If you subscribe and perhaps listen to some of my videos, you might know the answer. It's really something I said in the past, which is very, very true for today. If you go into any kind of Greek analysis, you look at the word peace in that 1 Thessalonian verse, it just means one. Peace, quietness, rest. Usage, peace, peace of mind. Invocation of peace, a common Jewish farewell. And the Hebrewistic sense of the health, welfare of an individual. Now we see, though, that in that verse in 1 Thessalonians, it's tied in with safety, which means security. So you got safety, security, reliability, firmness, something that's going to give them peace, something that's going to give them security, reliability because it works, and firmness. Now let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard the term peace through strength? It was very popularized by President Ronald Reagan. On heritage.org, they give 3 points of it, 3 key takeaways from their article on peace through strength. And I would like to read them because I think they're very applicable to us today in our study of peace and safety. One takeaway, the American people must always understand how much our military protects everything they care about. Number 2, this concept of peace through strength is the most effective way to ensure our safety at home. Notice, peace, strength, safety. Number 3, with our adversaries growing stronger and bolder each day, we can no longer assume we'll always be safe. Since the birth of Israel in 1948, they have been under constant attack by their enemies, using short-range rockets, artillery, and mortars with a range of 7 kilometers or 4.3 miles. Too small for the Iron Dome system to intercept effectively. But this is all going to change. It's going to change by Iron Beam that uses a fiber laser to destroy an airborne target within 4 to 5 seconds of firing. Whether acting as a standalone system or with external cueing as part of an air defense system, a threat is detected by a surveillance system and tracked by the vehicle platforms in order to engage. I've seen it in action, and they got videos on it. Watch a video. You'll see how effective this air defense system will be for Israel, and how they will finally be saying peace and safety. You'll have to see this new video that they have, February 12, 2020, in the New York Post. It's under Watch Israel's Wild New Laser Weapon Shoot Drones Out of the Sky. An Israeli drone defense system, the article says, fit for Star Wars, has shot down multiple maneuvering targets with a high-powered laser beam, according to reports. According to this video, you can see it in action. The system achieved 100% success in all test scenarios, defense technology company Rafael said in a statement about its drone dome. See, UAS, or Counter Unmanned Aerial Systems. The era of Star Wars technology has begun, and Israel will have more peace than they ever had before. At least their peace will not come from some peace treaty that can easily be broken. They have made their own peace through strength. They will be secured. And the time is now. Now, I think we should be looking up for Jesus to come. I think things are just lining up. It's like a puzzle. When all the pieces start coming together, it begins to form a picture. Picture of a cloud with Jesus coming back for his bride. That's what I believe. I believe we are so close to the rapture in this day and age than we ever was before. And I'm not just talking about the time. We know we're closer because of time, but I'm talking about the things that we are seeing in the news daily. In 1988, an auto mechanic said in North Carolina, he and his workers at his auto engine shop rushed to complete custom orders last week, possibly their last. Why did he say that? Because he thought the rapture was coming on a particular date written in a book that the rapture is now. And here we are, 2020, and I'm telling you, I don't know about you, but I feel like the rapture is now. I know many have heard it before. Many are now saying, where is the promise of his coming? But you know, that too is a sign. That too is a piece of the puzzle. That too is an indicator that Jesus will be coming soon. Well, it could be now. Get ready. Trust in Jesus today. Get ready for the trip up into heaven on a cloud. Now, why am I so hepped up, jumping up and down, telling you that Jesus is coming soon? And I really, literally mean he's coming soon. That's that 1 Thessalonians verse, chapter 5, verse 3, the one that we read, that says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Well, don't take my words. Take any commentary that you want. A good, decent commentary. Here, I found one. John Gill, here's one. Peace and safety, he says, when they shall sing a requiem to themselves, promise themselves much ease and peace for years to come, and imagine their person and property to be very secure from enemies and oppressors, and shall flatter themselves with much and long temporal happiness. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as on the man of the old world in the times of Noah, and on the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah in the days of Lot. For as these will be the days of the Son of Man, as at the time of the destruction of Jerusalem, so at the last day. And he goes on, as travail upon a woman with child, whose anguish and pain are very sharp, the cause of which is within herself, and which comes suddenly upon her, and are unavoidable. And so the metaphor expresses the sharpness and severity of the destruction of the wicked. And go on, they shall not escape the righteous judgment of God. The wrath of the Lamb, or falling into his hands to escape, is impossible. Rocks, hills, mountains will not cover and hide them. Before judgment seat of Christ they must stand, and into everlasting punishment must they go. Now catch that. Rocks, hills, mountains will not cover and hide them. In reference to what? Seal 6, the earthquake and men hiding in the rocks. Listen to these words. Myers' New Testament commentary speaks of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. Paul carries on in a vivid manner. Therefore, the description of the sudden and unexpected nature in which the advent, which is the coming of Jesus Christ, is to break in, whilst he indicates that precisely at the time when man fancies himself in the greatest security, the advent will occur. But with this thought is the wider and more special thought blended, that they who dream of security and serve earthly things will reap the fruit of their carelessness, namely destruction. Now here, listen to Barnes' note on the Bible. He goes to say that when the Lord Jesus shall come, the world will not all be converted. There will be some to be destroyed. How large this proportion will be, it is impossible now to ascertain. The supposition, however, is not inconsistent with the belief that there will be a general prevalence of the gospel before that period. The impenitent and wicked world will be sunk into carnal security when he comes. They will regard themselves as safe. They will say no danger. They will give no heed to warning. They will be unprepared for his advent. So it has always been. It seems to be a universal truth in regards to all the visitations of God to the wicked people for punishment, that he comes upon them at a time when they are not expecting him, and that they have no faith in the predictions of his advent. So it was in the time of the flood, in the destruction of Sodom, Gomorrah, and Jerusalem, in the overthrow of Babylon. So it is when the sinner dies, and so it will be when the Lord Jesus shall return to judge the world. One of the most remarkable facts about the history of man is that he takes no warning from his Maker. He never changes his plan or feels any emotion, because his Creator thunders damnation along his path and threatens to destroy him in hell. This is Larry Zorro. Take care. God bless. Bye.